All right, everybody. Over here, we're going to be working through the Land Raider Warhammer 40,000. Um, oh, excuse me. The Land Raider 40 Warhammer 40,000 job in Power Wash Simulator. Just got my hands on this DLC, and so I wanted to share that with you. It's been a while since I played the game, but it's all about power washing. So I'm gonna tune that down a little bit. I love just kind of the chill vibes of power washing. Just coming in and getting to make everything look spectacular. And so when I got a chance to play some of the DLC levels, I just had to jump back in and get my power washing game vibes back and get a chance to just check and see, what kind of new stuff there is. Cool thing is there's a lot of DLC. Definitely a lot of packs that I am missing. So hopefully in the future I'll get those and get to share those with you. There's nothing more satisfying than coming in and just jetting a bunch of water and going through and just revealing, kind of like almost revealing a painting, revealing a picture, kind of like putting a jigsaw puzzle together. Just these neat 3D models and getting to see what kind of tools, what kind of houses, what kind of locations, the developers came up with that were like, hey, this would be really cool to see. So if you're a Warhammer fan, you might recognize this land tank and just really be loving the details here. Kind of forget. Okay, that's my jump button. Do I have... Yeah, that's right. It's the crouch. I've never liked the control of clicking in the right stick, but I get it. It adds that extra button, so to speak. If you're not familiar with Power Wash Simulator, it's a game about cleaning the muck and the grime, getting into those small spaces, those small crevices, and just getting that water all over the place, making the dirt disappear, making everything shiny. Yeah, so we're gonna come down through here, clean underneath this track. You can you can hit the right button. I'm using a controller. You can hit the right button on the controller and it shows you like where you're missing the dirt in that yellow color. I usually don't like to do that until like the very end. I like to try and just go through that, get as much done as possible without that. You can hit up on the controller to kind of get like a stationary and then pivot, instead of just moving around. There are some like time trials as well, and then other things where it's like, hey, try to use the minimum amount of water. We do have a ladder in here, so eventually we'll climb up on that to get the tops. Ooh, that chrome really shines once that water just trickles off that. You can see there some of the little pieces I'm missing. And then you could turn your nozzle using the you can change nozzle types using the left shoulder button. Get a little bit of a spray nozzle. I like to use this one as much as possible, or maybe a little bit more focused. And then you can change nozzle length, which gets you a bit more distance, but then sometimes you sacrifice power for that distance. really wants me to get down that grime in that lower level. But we'll play through this. Just kind of show you this Warhammer DLC, and I might stream a little bit too. Right now, I just wanted to jump into this level. Yeah, maybe I'll get streaming set up and share with folks live. Alright, got that pretty good there. I'm kind of surprised sometimes, like just the amount. Oh, and then you can see up in the top left, like percentage cleaned, as well as just as I'm working on parts, certain parts have like a total that once you get that, it actually will chime. Look at that water just drizzle down that metal. So when you get like for instance, I'm on the laser cannon or the last cannon. When this is all clean, it'll like highlight blue, and there's like a little chime, and that like sends all the power wash endorphins through your monkey brain, and just helps you know, like, yep, you did a good job. See in there, I'm trying to get those small spots. I don't really like that one, but alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and grab that so I can come up here. I love how they change stuff for this Warhammer one. Like this, the ladder is fully. Oh, there we go. There's that first chime. There's another one. Then every once in a while you have some tougher grime that you need to like use the stronger nozzles for to really like target that space. Ooh, look at that. We missed all that on the little ladders. And usually it's not like, oh, you've got to be 100% perfect. Oh, but what I was saying, like the ladders here have that Warhammer look and feel from the series, and so there's a little bit of that like lore. Kind of curious. I haven't played many of the other DLC packs, but like I don't know if they've done that with like the Shrek stuff. I'm actually gonna jump down. Weed. Complete your work, Tech Priest. There's sometimes like some little dialogue messages that pop up, which is cool. Yeah, no residue. Redacted, profane, of redacted identity. I didn't get to read that message. But again, they try to do some like story bits, as if there's someone sending you these cleaning jobs, which is cool. I don't find them super necessary. Oh man, I feel like getting up here. Getting on top of buildings, or in this case, this like structure, like you get on top of like fire engines and airplanes and stuff. Just really cool. Adds to like I've got to clean everything. Some really cool monument levels that you kind of have to move around to get everything. You've got the Lara Croft mansion from Tomb Raider. This is one of the places you can visit. But yeah, so far this is really cool. I like all the detail. Looks really sharp. I'll admit I've not played the Warhammer 40,000, but I know of some of the game, some of the story. I'm not sure if that's a series I should get into. So if you've played it, comment below. What you think of it. But as far as like details and everything, I'll have to look it up. But it looks like they nailed the style of the the games from what I remember, and the different, sure there's like comic books or books that I've seen like in passing in the bookstore, and that this all kind of feels that like lived in part of that universe. So kudos to the developers that make this game and all their hard work and their team. And also just all the work that goes into, I don't know, they probably rebuild, and then you like to be the person that has to put the dirt on. Kind of wondering if they have like a system that does that for them, or if they like handcrafted dirt molecules. It's curious. I wonder what that's like. And sometimes there's like multiple places within. I feel like there was like a carnival area that had several like rides and stuff that you had to power wash. There was a playground. Yeah. So far, this is looking really cool. I mean, the way the water shimmers on the metal has always been something I feel like it's like realistic power wash, water effects or whatever. Like, yep, it's got the spray, it's got the jet, it's got the bubbling when you get something just in a certain way. So they've pretty much nailed that. Like, I don't really feel like there's some power wash levels that are short. Like, there's like a dirt bike, you do it in a couple minutes. But there's nothing. I've never played any power wash levels where I'm like, oh, kind of wish I'd never spent the time doing that. Power Wash Simulator is definitely like conversation game. Like if you want to just like sit and chill and stream or do a review video or preview video, like it's pretty simple to do that. It's a podcast type game, as I always say. Like there is music, there is audio, but let's be real. After a while, it's probably you're gonna switch over to your headphones and listen to a podcast or listen to some music and just chill. This is a cool vibe game, and I think that's a-okay. Maybe you throw in the Warhammer soundtrack. Probably get a takedown notice, so I won't do that for the review for this video, but I'm gonna like to just sit on a perch. Oh, you know what would be cool? Like they did like some Pirates of the Caribbean. Like you had like Jack Sparrow's little, small boat dinghy thing, or if you had like one of the larger ships, or like Captain Barbossa's ship, Black Pearl, or you had the organ that Davy Jones played. That would be super cool. And I know, like, some of that stuff was like underwater, so it's like, well, why would you need to power wash it? How would you power wash it underwater? Well, you just like put it on land, make believe. Sometimes I feel like the wide spray like doesn't really do much. So I usually go with this one. So that cuts in. That emblem. It's really sharp. Yeah, that little protocol, the argument, ritual fervor. A brief account of Lord Raider's recent deployment will be forthcoming. Oh, okay. You get some raid information. Like when it has like the little parts that as you go through and make them pretty. just the little pieces that you find. Like when you do like the cars and stuff, a lot of times it's like each little tail light or headlight is a piece. That's kind of cool. I do feel like sometimes it's like get, I don't know, 90% of the dirt, and then they just kind of give you. But yeah, so far, I mean, Power Wash Simulator. It's another awesome, you know, video game area. Uh, that's pretty cool. Oh man, I kind of missed all that underneath there. And sometimes I get like ADD, and I'm like, all right, I cleaned a bunch of this side. Now I'm gonna go to the other side, and it's like, oh, you got to come back and forth, back and forth. Those are kind of cool. We're inside like a giant bunker with the Warhammer seal there, the skull locking us in. So it actually feels like we're at a place where, you know, maybe the tanks would come to get cleaned up after a battle. You'd have like dirt and grime from the battlefield build up. Not all of the levels are like that, where they kind of set you in that space where there's like stuff around you that immerses you in. So it's cool when the extra DLC ones do. Um, you know, you can't expect really all the worlds to be specially handcrafted, but I believe like a lot of them are, you know, from what I remember. Love how we have this little ladder here. Looks like a little crab with its legs. That's actually kind of cool. But I feel like you could just walk up and it gets you a little higher. I don't know. When you're power washing, if you play this game, are you like go in rows kind of person and then just focus on one area, or do you move around like I was doing? Because again, I could see kind of doing both, just depending on what, you know, you're looking to make or do. But yeah, not always 100% possible, but certainly doable, and all that. You know, just depends on what you're into. I know there's times where I will, um, I'll sit and do, like in Lawnmower Simulator, I'll sit and do like one area, one set of the grass, and then kind of do like just the border and just keep going around in circles. And then there's other times where it's like, all right, I got to set cool lines because I want like a design in this person's yard or this area. Have you done that? I feel like that's the same way I am with Power Wash Simulator. It's like, all right, I want to focus on, you know, this tread, for instance, or this track, and making that look really good. I want to get this piece done. Assault hatch ramp. I like too how when you hover over different pieces, you could for sure like see and know, like, yeah, I'm cleaning this one area. So like that ramp is all done now. All right, let's focus on this. like the little parts, that little grooves. It's like, yeah, come on, clean me. Clean me. There? Oh, I can. Alright, I'm gonna turn. Hopefully that audio for the game hasn't been too loud. I know sometimes it can just be very, very loud and overwhelming. Oh man, what's overwhelming for me right now is that it is hot in our house. Like really hot. I don't have central air, and it is in like the 80s. So I am toasty up here, and my gaming area is on the 3rd floor of our house. But anyways, Warhammer, cool DLC, cool level here. I'm not sure how many's in the pack. I do believe there's a few. So we'll see as I complete this one if a new one opens up, and then I might, continue to record, just depending on how long that takes. And like I said, I might jump on stream. And they really got you there with those pesky little parts down below. It's like get each little area. With precision, with super precision. The way that sounds, like wah, 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 wah. I'm doing any better. All right. How are you supposed to get? All right. So does that track go around to the back? Count as part of the percentage? Because I feel like there's not a lot of track left, and it's still saying. Still saying I had a lot. That laser cannon over here. We'll get it. Yeah. If you haven't played Power Wash Simulator, what are you even doing with your life? Because Yeah, while it's not, high action, high strung intensity, I mean, you're cleaning for the military. And, you know, other things, golf courses, amusement parks, airplanes, trains. There's just so much that you're helping. I know it's not a game for everybody. Don't worry. I'm not making fun of you. I'm only chastising somewhat because I was kind of a simulator game hater. There was a time. I was young. Nah, I'm just kidding. I was never young when video games like this were a thing. I'm over 40, so take that take that how you will. I I have really enjoyed actually a lot of simulation games. Um, this being one of them. I feel like there's a lot of merit in this game, this franchise, and the things that they're doing. I know there's a new one coming out. Curious, like what kind of new things they add um, to the mix. What new items will we be power washing? For whatever reason, my Apple Watch keeps. I wonder what's out there. We'll have to go look. For whatever reason, my Apple Watch keeps it's charging, but it keeps going on, and I'm not getting notifications, so I don't know why it's going on. Oh, unless it's telling me I need to be somewhere, which would stink if I'm missing something. But I also know that at the time of this recording, my girls are in a musical, but I'm going on a different night because we would have had to pay for tickets for each night, and not that they're expensive, but going to see the show multiple times, and I would have been going by myself without any family. Um, would have been fine to support them and everything and support the school, but at the same time, um, I want to be surprised and see it for the first time when I go see it with my mom, their grandmother. So, yep. So I'm going on Sunday in 2 days. And I told them, I said, better make sure my show's the best one. But I know they're doing a great job. I've heard them singing over the last month or so. Um, Probably 2 months. Basically, ever since basketball season was over, they've been doing rehearsals and practicing for the musical, singing the different songs and all that. Am I missing here? No. There we go. That outer tank armor. See, this is what I mean by the ADD. I literally come up here and I'm like, oh, I gotta do this. And then I see this, and I was like, oh, I gotta do that. This is number 2. I feel like it's just calling it, like, there's engine armor and engine stacks and stuff. I feel like the one section, it was just, like, top armor. Like, it was the whole metal. Like, it's one piece, so it's kind of chintzy because it's, a lot of work just to clean that one thing. There's a really cool subway level, I think was one of my favorites. Just the way the pieces in the subway, like, really shined as you cleaned them was super satisfying to see. like on full loading. Like, what am I even standing on? There we go. Oh, so it looks like this back track is part of the front track that we've like cleaned meticulously. Love how there's like just those little pieces that stick out too that kind of catch the dirt, catch the water. Make it somewhat difficult and whatever to clean. You can crouch like I've been doing. Last pieces of that track. Okay. Track. Right there, the engine pipes, they're a smaller piece. So it's just, you know, how do they break them up? I feel like there was like maybe a roller coaster or something. That was a fun one too. If I remember correctly. Or like maybe it was a Ferris wheel. I'd have to go back and look. There was a time where, like, I just, every night was playing this. And it was somewhat, like, just soothing, you know, to be able to go through data recording pilot. Mission debrief. On our way to reinforce the fleet Secundus, we were diverted to a distress signal on the planet. Withheld strategic. Ailments. Imperial forces stationed there claim they detected the presence of a restricted artifact H-class before encountering the redacted heretical. Ooh. I dislike it when I can't find the redacted heretical. The redacted classified item could be of extreme significance. Okay. So again, they're building out like Power Washer lore, which makes me chuckle a little, but I get it. You know, Power Wash folks need their lore. As you get closer to the end, then it just shows you like the pieces you need by making them blink all the time, which is good. Because there were definitely times where I struggled, like you were looking for like a little bolt or a little pipe or something on like a car or a boat or something, and you're like bouncing all around, and you're like, where is this little tiny piece that I can't see? And you're just basically like wasting gallons and gallons. Not that you have to like worry about your water. Like that's one thing. You don't really in the normal campaign. You don't really have to worry about water consumption. There's not that need. We want to focus on the down low areas, so I don't have to keep crouching. Tow ring. Imagine towing this tank, or using it to like SnowRunner style, like using it to pull a vehicle out of a trench. That'd be so much fun. You should put tanks in SnowRunner. Like a World War II vehicle removal fixer-up game. Actually, I think there is a like World War II vehicle simulator, and you are fixing things. But yeah, I feel like there's not much more to say about like this game and what it is. I do, oh man, got a whole nother one of these to clean off. Another blaze cannon. I didn't walk around this thing and see what all I was dealing with. I just thought of my watch is probably telling me I am late for the show that's going on like right now. No, I'm not going to it. But it was on our family calendar because obviously, like, the girls needed it on their calendar. I also think it's interesting when you like have been through a bunch of areas and you're like, okay, didn't I clean that? No, missed a little tiny bit. That was weird. I was trying to stand up, and because I was close enough to the tank, it wasn't letting my character move. You guys saw that. Still don't have the tow cable done. Or the tow rig, I mean, not the tow cable. Tow cable would be the thing that you use to pull something from the trenches. Where's that? There we go. It's definitely hard when you... Oh, that's cool. I like that skull emblem with the half and half. It's almost like the yin-yang. It's really cool when you get certain pieces all the way clean, especially earlier in the game when you don't know, like, necessarily how long everything's going to take or what things are, like, little pieces. I'm going to move this in. Can I not place that there? It's not letting me place it. Oh, there we go. Oh, I guess I was... Oh, maybe I was close enough to that yet. Clean this little guy back here. The engine fuel induction cover. Engine fuel induction cover. Now I'm 71% clean, so... That other one clean? No. Probably need to go back up on top and look at that metal stack. Get those done. I like this one. You can kind of like write little in swirls. It's not really accurate though. It's just like spins, kind of funny. It's fine. It's a fun. So I feel like sometimes like the dirt getting trapped in like those little spots is like a pain because you can only see them if you're on like a certain height, and that would be, you know, just like if you were cleaning, you know, your house. But obviously you're not. I don't think you're just jumping around parkouring from place to place when you're power washing your house. If you've power washed in real life, also, how close to the real thing? Like, is like I know they don't like your house doesn't like go ding when you clean a certain part, but like if it did, how much cooler would power washing be? I mean, I feel like power washing's already cool, but like, could it be cooler? Like if every time you completed a piece, it was like ding, ding, doors are done, ding, windows are done, ding, hatch to the tank thing is done. Like I got a lot of that stuff on that side done. These are not done. Where's the metal grill knot? Unless it's... Wait, what? Where's the pieces in the grill that aren't... Is it all one piece? That's the top armor. Ah, it was all one piece. See, that's what sometimes is confusing. Like, that's separated. At least visually, there's, you know, metal in between it. Oh, excuse me. I think if there is another level to do, I'll probably jump on stream, just to kind of catch people. If the, you know, it's Friday night, maybe we can catch them hanging out. So it still says I got some engine armor. Ah, there we go. Sometimes I wish that when you cleaned pieces off altogether, they maybe only were colorful if it was all clean. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, it's hard to tell sometimes, sort of differentiate what is and isn't clean. I gotta get in these grooves. Make sure we get the grooves. I am so very toasty. I might also not stream because I am extremely hot. And you need to take a drink. Let me drink real quick. Here we go. I don't know how many of these there are in the whole Warhammer pack. I don't think I will be able to stream everything tonight. If there's more, too many more. Only because these actually take long. Like this, I don't know, this has probably been about a half an hour now. And I'm not sure, you know, the community can handle a half an hour of me cleaning up this. Plus, there's other games I want to try, but yeah, I really appreciate just the ability to try these games out and share them with you all. And I hope that's something that, as the community continues to grow, I can continue to play new games, old games, maybe some community games with some multiplayer. I do have some games that I'm trying to find a group to play, um, and all that. And I know this has multiplayer. It's like if you have Power Wash Simulator and you want to do some co-ops, we could do that. I think that could be fun. But yeah. Lots of fun. So, oh, here we go, another data. Arriving on withheld strategic Astmare V785, we found ourselves overrun by redacted heretical. Man, the heresy is overwhelming. Alright, let's get down here. Having this dirty track just drives me nuts. Oh, sorry. However, we were close enough to detect the presence of restricted artifact H-class. Fortunately, those before us were wise enough to encase it in a restricted technology X40. Cool. So those of you that know Warhammer 40,000, it was clear we must return in greater numbers before the restricted artifact H-class is damaged or lost to redacted heretical. Those of you that play Warhammer, how much of this lore is like very reminiscent of the game? Like, are there things complete? Are there things that they're saying in here that actually make sense in like the story of Warhammer? Don't worry about all that sludge. I see it. I will come back for it. That sludge is mine. All mine. That was my best dwarven mine quote from Lord of the Rings. By the way, if you know those kinds of quotes, we can in fact and should in fact be friends. I'm not saying those of you that don't know those quotes are not friends, but if you don't quote Lord of the Rings on a regular basis, what are you even doing with yourself? I love how I can just jump up on that track. I really want to get this track done too. I feel like we're really close. There we go. So close. We did it 1 second, 2 seconds after I said we should. Yeah. Yeah, so how Warhammer is this? Like, is this tank something you can pilot? Is the lore that they're sharing accurate and to in-game? Like, I mean, I know this is a canon, but like, is that lore canon? Oh, man, did I get all that? Looks like I did. Oh, is there dirt under there? So one of the things I'm looking forward to in the next few weeks is my students from the esports club. There's a bunch of them that are graduating, and so I'm going to be working on some things for them. It's really cool. I've known them for 2 years. Their whole time at the college, and yeah, I'm super excited, super stoked for them all. And I'm going to have a daughter next year who is a senior in high school, which is crazy. Um, that's just some of the things going on in my life. I'm hoping that our community, as it continues to grow, you guys would be cool with sharing, some of the things that go on in your life. Not just what video games you're playing, but maybe things we're up to, things we're doing, things we're learning. Always cool to see and hear about what people are learning. Yeah. There are fire sirens going on outside my house. I don't know if you can hear those. I do have a firefighting simulator game that I need to play. I bought it and haven't played it yet. I purchased it because it was on sale in like a Humble Bundle. Oh. And you know how like sometimes you've got those games in your Steam library wish list thing, and you're like, okay, if this comes on sale at X amount or less, I will purchase it. Well, it was one of those games where it was like, okay, it's on a Humble Bundle. I can get it and 2 other games with it for super cheap, and I just pulled the trigger. So I've got Firefighting Simulator, a game I started playing, Trail Out. I'll have to look at that bundle. I forget what the 3rd game was, unless that was only a 2-game bundle. But got some deals, and as always, they're in my backlog. But, playing video games is one of the things I love to do. And so sharing those with y'all is something I enjoy, and having fun doing it time to time. Yeah. Oh man, I am roasting right now. I think I might have to just sit downstairs in our house because it is so very warm. So very warm. And I have window units. We just didn't put them in yet because we've been super busy with esports club, with some different activities and events that I've had, the girls and their musical. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. So I don't know if I will be able to play more tonight because I'm roasting. Be fun trying to sleep later. I mean, I know it gets cold when the sun goes down, but cooler, not cold. We're past the comfortable feeling at night for me time of year. I need that little stool. Where did I put that? Are you kidding me? Did I just walk the whole way around and it's like in the front here? It is. I didn't really need a stool for this, but I wanted it. Symbol reminds me of the God of War game. Oh man. I wonder how many similarities there are with like God of War and Warhammer. So hopefully this has been fun. Hopefully my conversation with myself, with you, has been enjoyable. I feel like sometimes just playing a game for preview is difficult because you don't have that community communication. Um, as you're playing and chatting, you don't have that. It makes it difficult, but I'm okay with that. I'm okay with, you know, I need to talk about myself. But that's why I stream some days, because I want to be able to chat with y'all. I just don't know. I don't know, man. I am so warm right now. I know I keep saying that. The Power Wash Simulator folks are going to send me, like, some water. Some ice water, because I've talked through this stream about how cold I am, or how warm I am, and how cold I wish I was, and how cool I wish I was. But I feel like that cannon is so close to being clean. There it is. That shine on that. When you hit it just right and the light touches it, it's really cool. Got a message from Nintendo. Oh, Star Wars Day sales or something, probably. Looked like it was something about May the 4th. Do you guys celebrate May the 4th? If you walk around telling people, like, May the 4th be with you. I do. I'm with you. I don't know. I feel like May the 4th has been co-opted by the casuals, which is fine. I didn't invent the holiday or the remembrance. I didn't say it first, or third, or fourth. I didn't say it first or fourth. It kind of looks like Rob the Robot, or the guy from Short Circuit. And I haven't watched Short Circuit in forever. The hatch seal is almost cool. So what part of the skull is not clean yet? What the? Maybe it is. Okay. Outer track is still not clean 100%. Let's see if that's up here. Hey, one of my friends is live. Cool. Just texted me. Kind of doing a little thing where we go live and talk through and share some gaming together. So that's been fun. Haven't yet played cooperatively, but maybe someday soon. I am working on streaming with my wife, but I figured she was busy this week with this musical. But yeah. So once I'm done this, I'll look and see, like, if there's is that all? flashlight. It still says... Get underneath that camera, or the gun, the missile launcher. I said camera. It looked like a video camera. You know? I was just like, gotta get into the video. Nope, that is a missile. That is a missile launcher. Sometimes I wonder, like in video games with weaponry, like how much research are the developers doing? And like, are these things possible? Hunter, killer, missile, launcher, base. A little smoke coming out over there. I have like 99% clean. One of the culprits. The other cool thing is, after we clean this, there's a really cool kind of cinematic that basically, it's like shows where you've cleaned and how you cleaned. So it's almost like a little video of your cleaning process with your little man or woman just cleaning up and down, jumping all around. So that's kind of cool when they do that. All right, what do we got left? Got that track. Oops, come on. Oh, hatch. Laser cannon armor. Maybe the other side? Ah, here we go. There's something over here. Oh man, we just failed to clean the spots over here. And the inner track armor. I feel like that's... Yep, found it. Job complete. Alright, so I wanted to run over... Me. I go down here? Oh, I can. Oh, look at the... That's kind of cool. Whoa, this is like multiple parts. Can I go up here? What? What? Little computer console? Huh. Well, this is really cool. I don't feel like the other... Can you... You should be able to... You should be able to turn out those candles. It's kind of weird that the candles are just sitting on the ground. Maybe that's a Warhammer thing. I am roasting. I am melting right now. Ooh. Look at the outside. Dude, they really did themselves... Whoa. Planet. Satellite looking thing? Or gun? And we are locked into the Death Star, basically. Are those... There's steam coming out? Alright, cool. This is really neat. I wonder if this starts to fill up with all your different equipment. We'll find out. So here we go. Here's the cinematic. I love this part. Shows, you know, what kind of cleaning job I did. And all that. To the end. And then we did it. Earnings. Cool. Okay, so we do have some more. We've got... Oh, it's only 100? Alright, you know what? Let's do this one. Let's do this one. says it's only $100, so it's probably small. Yeah. Okay. So we'll do this one. I think this is really cool. I, we are in the same spot. We are in the spot that we just were. So we were just over here. Oh no, maybe this is a different spot. Wait a minute. Go up here. Yeah. Right? Is that where we were? Cleanse initiated. Clarification required. Um, I like how I can just walk up here if I wanted to, and clean this. So yeah, super cool. I really like this detail. I like, maybe all of these will be in this little space, which is really cool. I think it'd be cool if you could do multiplayer. Uh, Engines here outranks Tech Priest, and yet Tech Priest sanctifies Dreadnought. Oh, I missed it again. I totally was just talking. Caught me monologuing. Yeah. Well, anyways, I really enjoy like the little areas here. Previous biographical impartation increased ritual efficiency by 3.56%. So, really cool. Getting to do this. Kind of wonder if it's cooler outside. I highly doubt it. But like, I am roasting. And you guys are gonna think I'm like complaining about the heat, and there's like other places in the world. Limited combat history will be disclosed through through communications with the chapter's tech marine. Contain your intrigue. I keep talking, which is fine. But then I miss those little story bits. Toe cleaned. Got $75 for clean it, or 75 cents for cleaning a toe. Anyways, knee joint cleaned. Another toe cleaned. I love the ting 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 ting. I was kind of curious why they didn't start off with this guy. Usually, quote unquote, your magos asks that I impart some account of your chapter's history to assist the vigor of your cleanse. Tell me about my power washing. But I already sense the fervor that our chapter's redemption dreadnought brother, Zekel, stirs in you. It is well that he is in induced slumber. Whoa. Zekel be in a coma? Be sleeping? We'll be, asked for that. These mechs are so cool. Though he is a few words, there are usually the last to pass into the ears of a traitor. Whoa. We would not wish for him to exercise such judgment in our current location. So, I think for me, like, this one is looking super cool because all the metal pieces and like the intricacy, like very Titanfall mech style, or well, I know Titanfall came after Warhammer, but like that similar look and feel. It almost looks like something Tony Stark would make too, which is cool. I like this one. For a millennia, there's a lot more lore in this one. Our chapter has secured the galaxy for the corrupt and the honorless. Why would you want to fight for the corrupt? Oh, scoured. Sorry, I read secured. These redacted heretical turn their back on the Emperor and left us no choice but to remove any whisper. Turn back on us. Remove any whisper of them from history. A recent excursion amidst the dense carnivorous forest of planet withheld classified. Man, see, that stuff just flies away. I wish that didn't happen. I might stop reading them because it's hard to read and wash. Power wash. Oh, look at that logo. The emblem on the upper torso part there looks so cool. Just of the way that sounds. It's like kunk, kunk, kunk. Yeah. It's like, yeah, I'm dropping down this giant metal framework. Some days I feel like I should also stream like web development work that I do. I don't know if that's a place. There's a place for that on Twitch. Maybe there is. I feel like my channel's not really for that, but could be. But anyways, yeah. So putting together everything I've seen so far, like, yep, this is more Power Wash Simulator, which is more of what I want. Basically a unique inclusion in the Warhammer series, just like some of the other series like Shrek and Shrek was the big one, Wallace and Gromit, Back to the Future, like all these different, sets. Oh man, I tried to jump. Guess I need to go to the top. All these different like cool movies or shows or video games. All these things is super cool, and I love seeing the way that they interpret, what areas to clean. Like, some are obvious, like Shrek's swamp or Wallace and Gromit's home, or Wallace's home, because like, does the dog pay rent? I don't think he would make his dog pay rent. The dog doesn't have a job, but he, the way the room arrangements, it always seemed like the dog was maybe more in charge. But anyways, the way they kind of pick, like, okay, here's all the little pieces and we're gonna put dirt on it, and once you clean it, it's gonna chime and you're gonna get like endorphins because you're doing a job well done. All those things. Now this shiny mech is just coming together in a great way. Loving it. Oh yeah, just gotta clean those fingers. The other thing I need to figure out got some Xbox Game Pass games that I really want to get into, and I just need to figure out like fitting them into my schedule. Still playing Monster Hunter, but yeah, and a lot of games. I like to play a lot of games. I like to try a lot of things. I like to experience different stories, even if it's random, like indie games. But we're here. We're playing Wash Simulator, Warhammer 40,000 special edition DLCs. These are available on Steam. I don't know if they're available elsewhere. Gotta move that stool first. Yeah, I don't know if they're available elsewhere. I would assume the other consoles have all the DLC, but I can't say for sure. So your mileage may vary. What you can do and play may vary. People outside driving by, just blaring music. I love inner city living. Like I personally am not normally bothered by it, but it's like how, like personally, I'm like, how are you not deaf? And if you are deaf, please don't make the rest of us deaf by blasting your music. I just don't understand. I don't think I'll ever understand that. I don't know if that was picked up on the microphone when the music went by. Oh shoot! I picked up. Oh man. Ting ting ting. 97%. Let's go. Whee! Love that. You know, they like jump off. And 8%. Love that little cannon too. That looks really cool. I've always wondered, like, with these, like, is it you get those 8 shots and then that's it? You gotta, I don't know how you would reload. Just the shape of it doesn't make sense to me. Like, how would that item, how would that cannon get reloaded, you know? Is that weird to wonder? That kind of stuff? %. I got 99 percentages. Oh man. Alright, so now it's like, okay, what? .99 percentage. So what I do when I'm here is I'm just looking around, tapping that right button, Tapping that right D-pad to see, okay, what in the world did I miss? No. Oh man, how are you supposed to get up in there? Oh, never mind. Go, dude. Redemption fist finger armor. Shoulder pauldrons. So it's definitely one of those shoulder bits. Yoink. Shoulder pauldron. Not that one. There it is. Job complete. Alright, cool. Alright. So let's go ahead and watch that. I'm gonna skip it because that was okay. I liked it. It's a cool little mech. Continue. Now we've got a tank. It's 150. Why do they keep doing the small ones? Okay. I need to stop. All right. So again, I want to thank the developers of the game. I'm gonna go head over to their store page. If you haven't played Power Wash Simulator, it's overwhelmingly positive scores on Steam. Okay, Square Enix published game and is developed by Future Lab. They are doing some great stuff over there. There is a ton of there's like Midgar, there's Santa's Workshop, there's Tomb Raider, there is Wallace and Gromit, Shrek, Alice in Wonderland pack, Back to the Future, SpongeBob, so many things. Apparently I missed the ice rink that was free. I'm gonna go ahead and download that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look at all the store items, the shop, but yeah, there's tons of stuff. So, anyways, again, I want to thank the developers. Want to thank, I believe it was Press Engine, Engine, for sending me the code for the DLC for the Power Wash Simulator Warhammer 40,000 special pack. So far, so good. I'll probably keep playing at some point and recording, but this is over, and I'm out.